Yo. What it do? As you can tell, I'm feeling good as fuck. I feel great. I feel amazing. Welcome to another Friday, guys. We're starting the weekend off correct. We're starting the weekend off with a little bit of razzle dazzle. Like, this week has been, and I'm hoping it has been amazing for you. Very productive, very efficient, everything coming together, everything making sense, everything happening exactly the way it needs to. I'm hoping that that's what this week was for you. Just as it was for moi. Because that's what we need right now. You know, we need a little bit of expansion. We need a little bit of momentum to keep things like, oh yeah, this is what's able, this is what's possible, this is what can happen. Let's create, let's function, let's do shit that is going to make us further down the line feel so much more benefited just because of what we did right now. Yes. Yes. First off, I want to thank you guys for just even taking the time to watch my spiels. Me just having a conversation with you guys. Me coming on here and just letting my mind be free. I want to thank y'all for taking the time out of your day to listen, because that's all I want, essentially. I want everyone to just see there's another way. If there's a way that I could provide where you're able to see it in a different light and a different perspective, and you can take that and shift something in your life, that's what I want. So thank you in advance, and for the prior watches that you've done. There's so many other people, there's so many other creators on this platform, and I am one of the ones that you choose to see and watch and put the time in for. So thank you, I feel special. Outside of that, I'm excited because me and my team, we're working diligently. We are creating this Black Brilliance event to be the greatest in Brevard County right now. We are pulling through, and everything is happening accordingly. I couldn't have asked for a better team. I could not have asked for a better team when I tell you these people are literal chef kisses. Like, literal chef kisses. Seriously, I couldn't. So my gratitude. Yeah, I'm just feeling grateful today about everything happening. Like, everything is working, guys. Everything is working. And it's like, when you put in the time for something and you start to see the get back from that gives you motivation to keep going. Even though when you don't see certain things happening and you still give yourself that motivation to keep going, it's still something that's valuable. But when you see the people actually connecting with what you're creating, it does give you a sense of, wow, okay, it's something. So I just appreciate everybody. Right now. Like, I am so happy. But without further ado, let us get into this here episode. Welcome back to another episode of Present Not Perfect. I am your host, Mimi Jeanite. Today we're going to be talking about you. We're going to be talking about you, but in a good way, in a really good way, in a way where you get to understand a lot more about connection and interaction and the value in it. So let's get into it. As people, we have the opportunity to connect on different levels with different types of people on a daily basis. We have some good interactions and we have some bad interactions. Either way, we need to interact. We need community. We need those people to get in contact with in order for things to shift, move, and make way. I used to be someone that felt like if it needed to get done, it needed to be me. I would need to be the one to put in all the work in order for it to come to something, to become creation, to come into fruition. It would have to be me. Because I know how I want it, I know how I see it, so I know how I want to do it. That's not bad. To build that type of work ethic, it allows for others to realize and know that you are serious about whatever you put your hand in, whatever you get yourself involved in. It shows them that you will still have that same momentum, you still have that same drive, that same ambition for whatever you want. You will do it by yourself or you will do it with them. It doesn't matter. They see it and they most times will appreciate that. Sometimes there will be people that are like jealous, envious. I think those are good words, yeah, to use for that. They just see you as competition. The moment that you start going for things that you know you want, things you desire, just out of the pure sense of it being, I want this, like I want this for my life, like, and they see that as a threat, like they see that as you trying to come for them, or seeing that you're doing something that they aren't doing, and they're like, why are you getting to do it? Why do you feel like you should be the one to do that? There's nothing you can do when it comes to those type of people. You just gotta keep it going. You gotta keep pushing, because otherwise, if you allow them to bring you down and discourage you, there will be so many other people that would have benefited from what you're doing that will not receive that. You can't let the haters win. If they're talking about you, you doing something right. Remember that at all times. Build your hater portfolio. See what happens after that. The same way you have support, you have haters. You need both. That's the name of the game. So with these haters, just be like, okay, bet. Like, all right, cool. Like, what more can you really say? What more can you really do outside of just accepting them for being a hater that they are? Like, they're a hater. Cool. But then you got the supporters, right? You have those that want to see you win. They want to see you grow. They want to see you thrive, even if it's without them. And those people deserve the same amount of pressure, the same amount of energy, the same amount of light that you give others that don't. It's so easy to just be like, damn, bro, like this person talking about blah, 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 and they saying this and that and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then you're letting them make it feel like you shouldn't be doing, or it gives you a little bit more juice to go even harder because now you want to prove them wrong. But regardless of, you got to show your supporters the same amount of love that you show your haters. Where are you putting your love? Where are you putting your attention when it comes to you doing something and people responding to whatever it is that you're doing? Where is it that you're really perceiving and getting your fuel? Because I will admit, sometimes it does feel good to prove somebody wrong, but it also feels good to prove people right. So to be an independent person, to want to remain ambitious and go for what you want, even if you don't have people there to aid you or support you in the way that you want, continue going for that. That builds you in a way where nothing else can really phase outside of that, like outside of yourself. You have such a pull of motivation within yourself. You can do what it is that you know you should be doing because it is something you truly and genuinely desire for yourself. So it doesn't matter what happens outside of you, what's within you will always be enough to fuel you to the next level, to the next venture, whatever it is that you feel like you should be going to, that's going to help you get to whatever the ultimate goal that you have for yourself is. It's going to propel you into that. You will not need outside validation or confirmation from anybody. When you receive that confirmation and validation, take it in and remain in that way where you allow yourself to just take it and do the same thing that you would, whether it was with them or without them. Just allow it to give you that extra juice, but don't use it as a crutch. Don't become dependent on outside validation. You got to keep that momentum with how it is that you feel about yourself and what it is that you're doing. If somebody's critiquing what it is that you're creating and they give you some information that you don't agree with, you have all the right to disagree with them and not to be like malicious about it or spiteful or like, bitch, what the fuck? You don't even gotta get like that. You don't even got to. It could just be like, okay, I hear you. I'll see what I can do about that. If you agree with them, that gives you a little bit more of a perspective switch where it's not only you, but you can implement others within the creation, which will expand the blessing in itself. Like now other people are involved. You can either include them for real, like really putting them on paper, like they did this and this and that, or you can just take whatever they're giving you as opinion and really just try to implement it in whatever it is that you're creating and create something even grander than you would have when it was just you alone, you by yourself, you doing your shit type shit, you know? It gives that community, it gives that open vibe of something new can come from this. It's not only my ideas, it's our ideas. And with that, it also like brings into like a thought where I'm like, whenever there's an idea, right? It's usually coming from the ethers. It's usually coming from the Geist. And within this Geist, there are so many different functions because of the fact that there's so many of us receiving the same idea. However, because we're all different, we perceive the idea differently and we can see different ways of executing the idea. So if we allow others to give us their opinion and their ideas based on what we've given them, that can expand that. What is wrong with that? I feel like a lot of people sometimes feel a little bit of this is my baby, this is my thing, so I want to do it my way, which is cool. However, we should allow ourselves to be able to open up a little bit more to allow better things to be able to unfold while life is being lived. People can really put you on to some beautiful shit. Like I really was that type of person. I really was. And it took me a while to get here where I can take someone's information that they're giving me and listen to the words I'm saying. Information. Their opinion is their opinion. However, I can take whatever their opinion is, unbiased it all, and take it in as information. So it's not gonna make me feel attacked. It's not gonna be something I take personal. It's not gonna be something that I'm like, what? Like, maybe sometimes. It depends. It depends. If someone is blatantly shitting on what it is that you're doing without any solution, without any other orientation, you can shut that shit down. I was listening to a creator, she's blind, and she was saying how that whole turn the other cheek memento in the Bible and within life itself, I'm pretty sure even if you haven't read the Bible or, you know, heard of the story within the Bible, that you understand this concept of turn the other cheek, like just let things kind of fall off on the way. And she was saying how, why would you do that? Like, to continuously let somebody do that to you? Why would you do that? Why are angels depicted with swords if you weren't meant to fight? Why would you continuously let somebody slap you in the face like you don't have any power? It is, if somebody is to harm you first, you have every right within the laws of life itself to defend and protect yourself. So if somebody's shitting on your shit, you can shit on them respectfully. It's not a game of like, oh, just step on me and do whatever you want and I'm just gonna let it fly. If you are able to let it fly and let it go without having to go back and forth with that person, all power to you. And most times, some people can be like that. There will be moments where it's like, bro, this isn't even worth it to me. Like, it doesn't matter. It's not that deep. But then there will be times where you are passionate about something, especially if it's something you're creating, that will give you this sense of, I need to defend this position. I need to defend this idea. I need to defend whatever the situation is. And you will have that right to stand tall, 10 toes down for that thing. Now, if it's just, you know, somebody giving you constructive criticism, you can take it in as information and just let it become whatever it is that you resonate with the information that you're receiving and decipher it in the best way that you can. It may not even be still to the same vision that the person perceived you transitioning whatever they told you for your idea, whatever it is that you were creating, whatever that transition, it might not even be the same as they envisioned it, but it will be expanded because you have perceived it in your own way and have been able to take it in and give them something better, give them something new. It's so beautiful because I realized, not that it wasn't a knowing, but it was like, it became an actuality, like where it was, bro, we can't do shit without other people. We cannot do shit without other people. We need others for things to become anything, really. You gotta think about it. Like, if I were creating these and nobody was watching, I would just be talking to myself, essentially, right? I would just be talking to myself. When you make music, you make it so others can listen. When you cook so you can eat, but most times also, like, you cook so then others can eat with you. When you write anything, when you draw anything, whatever it is that you do, you create it so that you can express whatever you're feeling, whatever it may be, as far as the expression would be, for others to receive you and to just receive them as well. So we can't do anything without anybody. Let me rephrase that. We can't do anything with nobody. Nothing comes from that. So it's okay to want people to see and perceive you and acknowledge you, because otherwise, what else would life even mean? We're here together. We're here together for a reason. So it's a beautiful thing to realize what you could do as a collective versus being independent. Not to take away from anybody that wants to do shit by themselves, because sometimes it is a little bit easier. You kind of control everything, but then you get burnt. You get burnt the fuck out. Speaking from experience, you get burnt and you just start resenting everything outside of yourself because you feel alone in everything. But you essentially put yourself in that position at the same time. You have the power to change the dynamic that people can have with you. You have the power to change how much of a person you receive. If you don't, like I said before, if you don't agree with what somebody's telling you as constructive criticism, you can respectfully let that shit go. But to specifically want to do things by yourself, you're gonna take a long time to get where you want. They usually say if you want to go fast, go by yourself. If you want to go far, go together. But even in that case, even if you go by yourself, I don't think it's fast. I don't think it's fast at all. I feel like there's a lot more that happens, and it's very slow building because you're not building any connection with anybody. You're not building any rapport with anybody to assist you in even getting to another level. Imagine you walking into a seminar and you're meeting people for the first time and you don't make any connection to the point where it's like everybody, the next time you go to a seminar, it could be the same people, but it's like you're meeting them for the first time. You're gonna keep doing the same thing over and over again, trying to build a force, trying to build a foundation of something when you could easily really build a connection with somebody and build a community and then move as a unit to then do some big shit. So as a team, you go fast and far because you don't know who knows who. That shit is deep. That shit is so beautiful. Like you aren't aware of what people will become. You may see them today. Respect them for who they are today. And if you want to accept them for who they are and keep them in your life, do that. But don't shit on people and then expect them to fuck with you if something happens in their life and then, you know, you made the bed that you're laying in at this point. The bridge was burned by you and that's your fault, which is interesting to me because that's low-key a reason why I kind of like stay friends with my exes, because it's like, if you weren't abusive, then I don't have no issue with being your friend. Like, I don't have any issue with continuing communication. We just didn't work out and that's okay. So I could keep it pushing, and whatever else happens in life, maybe I may need you. You may become a business owner of some sort. You may know this person that I may need in the future. We connected for some reason at this point for a reason. So I'm going to keep it pushing. We didn't work out. That's fine. I'm going to keep the connection alive. If you so choose to agree with me on that, we can keep it pushing. Down the line, I may have something for you. You may have something for me, and we can work it like that. And that's probably the reason why we met. And, you know, it got romantic for a little bit, but that's not what it was meant to stay as. And that's fine. Like, I feel like people, we should learn how to be individuals and be individuals within a group. So if somebody chooses to rescind from the group, like leave the group, they're allowed to put things in place. If you care about the people that you were in a collective with and community with, put some things in place so then shit is actually working without you after, of course. But, you know, you are your own self, but you need to know why it is that you're doing what you're doing so that you understand how you should move in order for things to play out in the best possible way. But essentially, you cannot do shit if you don't have people. If you don't have people, there's only so much you're going to be able to handle, and you're gonna get burnt. Oh, I almost got choked out. Y'all ever be getting choked out by some random air? That shit go in your throat and it just be like, But anyway, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful because with this understanding, it's not that you have to be alone. It's not that you have to feel like you're by yourself in whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. You just got to choose your right people. And if you have to do it by yourself for a little bit, that's okay as well. Just keep pushing, keep that motivation, because in that same intention that you have, you will manifest the people that should have that same intention as you. So they will go just as hard as you, maybe even harder, for that same vision that you have. And your vision will merge with their vision. Therefore, their vision, you will have the same fervency and drive to make their shit want to happen as well. And that shit will just boom, like combust. Like, bro, like, who knows what can happen from there? Who knows? Networking is such a valuable thing to know and to do within these times. You need to network. You need to network. One thing about me is I didn't realize I was who I was. Like before this point, like I didn't realize I was who I was. Like I know so many people. I am so connected just based off of me being who I am. Like I was just, you know, being me. Like I'm out here. Like I love everyone. Like I'm lying. I don't love everyone, but I try to give as much grace as possible. And those that connect with me, we connect for real. But those that don't, we understand why. So I've just built such a big connection, literal mycelium network of people that I didn't realize, like, wow, this is gonna be needed one day. And when I was doing everything by myself, feeling very independent, like I do all this, but then it was like, where's the shit from it? Like, where is your get back from all of this that you can do? That was my wake up call. Hey, yo, you can know how to do everything. You can have so much skill. You can have so much talent. But if you don't know anybody that's going to be able to get you into a room, that's going to be able to blast you, like promote you in different rooms. And it's not that I didn't know anybody within that, like I knew people, but at a point in time, people start to move on with their life, and the people that remain constant and consistent within their circle are the ones that they're going to continue to promote. So yeah, they can know me and they'll say hi. They'll say hi when they see me. They'll be good with me, like dap it up, whatever, chop it up, whatever, can be cool whenever we meet up. But if I'm not consistently there, they're going to move on. And it's not anything against me. It's just the way life is. So knowing that, okay, I can know so many people, and this is still great for me, because the fact that I know so many people and people are genuine with me, and that's what I appreciate so much. I think it's because I'm genuine with people that I receive this genuine vibe from people. Like, even if people don't want to tell me the truth, if people don't want to like be for real, sometimes they still have this feeling like they should. And I oftentimes get random people coming to tell me everything about everything. It's very interesting, my energy. However, knowing so many people and not putting that to use, it only goes to waste. And that is something I've put in my mind as something to keep in mind forever and ever. Amen. From here on out. Because what's the point? What's the point if not, like, I know you and you are good at this. I could connect you with that person and I could possibly use that one day. Like, let me use these things. Like, I don't have to do it by myself. Like, that's a great feat. Like, ooh, whoop-de-doo, you did that shit. But then what happens from there? Like, nobody feels like they were connected with you. Nobody feels like they were a part of something with you. And this was something that I experienced when I did, honestly, my short movie for, honestly, my trilogy. Go check it out. I think I'm gonna like it. But I had moments where I was like, no, I need people. Like, I need people to be involved in this. And when I involved people in what I was doing, that was the time that I saw that shit. Like, it became a story. It became alive in a better way than I could have envisioned. Like, it was, how could I do that by myself? Like, yes, like I can do the acting, I can shoot it, I can record it, I can write everything, I can edit it. But if I were to do every piece of that by myself, how? And the fact that everybody that was involved in it was excited. They were so excited. They felt the same desire for it to come to life as I did. So that just brought more to it. And that was something that I experienced it, but I didn't take the lesson that it was at the time. Things could be a lot better when you include people. Because right after that, I went right back to doing shit by myself again. Like, it was like, damn, I think it was around like a little bit before COVID or right at COVID time. And I was just like, I gotta do this by myself. But that's what I mean. When you keep that momentum, you keep that drive, you keep that ambition. So it's not like I became dependent then on having people. I still kept my dream alive. I still kept my vision alive, wanting to create a story, wanting to create a visual that would depict what I felt when I was creating that piece of work, so that others could see, like, yes, like, we're still working, we're still doing some shit, like, we're still doing something. Essentially, it was still me working so others could see. Like, I want you to see this visual. I want you to connect with this. I want you to hear the songs and vibe with the songs and feel the music that I made. That's where I was connecting people into it. Like, that's where I was seeing the people connected into it without them actually being connected within the working through to get to that point. Even my music partner, I was like making the song by myself, and this is when it dropped. That's when he got a chance to listen to it, and it was just like, damn, you don't even send me anything anymore. It's like, yeah, I something needs to change. Something needs to change. So literally almost got back to that vibe a few weeks ago, where it was just like I felt like I was putting in a lot for other people, and I needed to see something for myself as well. One thing about me is, for certain things, I will get to a point where it's like, okay, I can't keep this inside. So it'll boil to a point, like if I'm passionate about it and if it's stressful. So there's certain things happening like in my personal life where it's just like, okay, I need to rethink this. So it was causing stress on what I have going on for myself, that brings me into like a little fumble with what I'm doing for others, because then it's like, how can I continue? But I didn't open my mouth to speak on that with any of my team or anybody that I was involved with. So they started feeling that, you know, like they started feeling like me, like there's something there. They can't pinpoint it. And I'm also not like blatantly showing anything. It's literally like, they even told me like they had a hard time even seeing like I hit it very well, which isn't a good thing. It's not super healthy. I've definitely gotten to a point here where like I've just gotten used to putting on a good face so that others will understand that when we got shit to do, let's get to like, we just got to do what we got to do. Like we got to do what we got to do. Life doesn't stop. And I'm good at compartmentalizing. I'm good at like making things different pieces in my mind so that my emotions don't tie into each emotion, and I can just be, if I'm in this environment and it doesn't need me to be fucking sulking the whole time, I'm not going to be sulking here. I'm going to be happy here. And then when I get out of that environment, I can go back to trying to figure out how to get out of my situation. I definitely was aware that I wasn't communicating with them, and I came to a point where it boiled over, where it's like I don't know what to do. Like I'm coming to a point, I'm overwhelmed, you know? And it's not that I wanted to stop anything. I wanted to keep going, but I also wanted to implement me within everything, because that's what I felt was missing, is me within everything. So I allowed myself to open up and be vulnerable with the people that needed to know, and from there it became like a better bonding. Like we came closer to understanding each other, and without that experience, who knows, like it possibly would have stayed surface level for a while until something happened. But to have that experience, and we were able to work through it, and conflict was resolved, things were able to happen after that. Like it was able to subside for me, that feeling of I'm not in there. So I almost went back to feeling like I got to do this shit by myself, and taking it upon my own back to just facilitate everything that needed to happen. And that was almost a win. My ego was about to like really sabotage everything just because I felt like I wasn't within what was happening. And that was a comfort level. That was a space where I know if I'm putting my shit in for me, I know I'm putting my time in, I know it's gonna happen. But then I also need to remember that it doesn't always happen alone. So building trust, building communication styles, building just openness with the people that you have around you, that makes a difference. And you have to put your ego aside. Otherwise you will feel like somebody's coming at you trying to attack you and shit. Like even if they're not, they're just there being them. Everybody essentially, most times, are just trying to be them. They don't know what's going on within your head and how you're trying to come. So when you receive the information, you can explain to them, you can talk to them, you can speak, but it will need to happen with them. It won't be able to do anything if you do not have the people with you. That is the only way that anything transpires and builds, is with people. Good people though. But we are here. Remember, there's always 2 ways to do a thing. At least 2 ways to do a thing. There's multiple ways that you could do multiple things, but there's always at least 2 ways to do a thing. And in this now, you can either do it by yourself or you can do it with others. I always find things are much more fun when you got good people around you that you can vibe with and you're doing shit with them. It's a lot more fun. You get to make memories and do shit. Like, you rarely make memories on your own. You rarely make memories when you're doing things alone. But when you have other people involved, you create something. Something happens there where it's like a energy field, like connection, like it links. And that memory, it embeds itself in the both of you, maybe, maybe, because there are different people, the way people take in memory, sometimes people take in different types of memory or different parts of a memory just because it's something that they perceive differently, So something might be important to somebody and they might remember that versus somebody else where it's like, oh, that wasn't really important to me. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember that. So, different things. But the fact that two people coming together could cause a memory to be made, something you relate back to, something you think back to and just like, oh wow, that's beautiful, that was fun. And you can think back to and laugh and have a whole key. That's irreplaceable, guys. That's irreplaceable. And to have more of that in life is a blessing. And that's what I want for all of us, is to be able to experience more blessing, more abundance, more opulence. We thrive, we are alive, and we're living. That's what I want for us. So many things can go wrong in a day, but there's so many things that can go right also. The more intention that we place in our day and doing it with people we care about and love, that matters. So you've been watching another episode of Present, Not Perfect. I'm your host, the humble, but very, very, very discerning Mimi Jeanite. I will see you guys on the next episode. It's always been love. Mwah, mwah, mwah. See you guys. Bye.